this is from June, how the EU signed a gas agreement with Egypt and Israel to reduce dependency on Russian fuel, right? So the Israelis, they looked at this and saw an opening, and they're like, okay, well, let's get our foot through the door, and we're going to become a wonderful partner of the Europeans, right, with gas that doesn't belong to us. And Lapid is saying that even if they don't reach this agreement now with Lebanon, next month they're going to start extracting the gas. Yeah, well, they said that they were going to do that in September, and they didn't because they got scared. Obviously, no one is saying that there should be a war, but the interesting thing here is that you have to understand, when it comes to Lebanon, the Lebanese army is not really as strong as Hezbollah. It's quite the opposite, right? Hezbollah is much stronger than the Lebanese army, even though Hezbollah is a political party and so it has both a political and military wing, right? So it's even though Hezbollah is not leading or in the negotiations, it does have members of the party that are in the government. And from the military side, it was the Secretary General Nasrallah who told them, you need to back off or we're going to go to war with you. So again, this is very interesting because even in the last couple of confrontations, when you had the war in 2006, July, August, that was fought by Hezbollah and won by Hezbollah. And then the same thing in 2000, when the Israelis were kicked out, it's Hezbollah that did it. So when you want to talk about the muscle in Lebanon, it's not the Lebanese government or the Lebanese army, it's Hezbollah. So they don't like it, but his word, Nasrallah, does carry weight and has carried weight for many decades now. So when he's saying that we will attack you if you take our gas, he means it. The funny thing though is when you read about how they report it in the Western press, they try to make it so complicated. It's not complicated. It's very simple. The Israelis sent a ship to steal gas before anyone agreed on a deal. I mean, that's obviously going to provoke people. So thankfully, there's no war. But I'm just confused. Lebanon does not recognize Israel. So why would they sign an agreement with them? Now, then you might have someone responding, yeah, but it's the Americans who are mediating it, right? So maybe it's done indirectly that way. It still doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand how they can do that. Most Arab countries don't recognize Israel for many reasons. The most prominent one, though, of course, is they're occupying Palestine and were created in Palestine against their will, against the will of the Palestinians and the Arabs who voted against that, right? But, the UN approved it and approved Israel as a member state, but not the Palestinians. So apparently everyone has to just tolerate that. But of course, Israel gets to pick and choose which UN Security Council resolutions it adopts, right? Cherry picking, of course, as usual. In any case, I'll keep you updated on what's happening, but this is very important. You see once again how this is connected to Ukraine. The Russian pipelines being blown up, but even before that, the Europeans coming out saying we don't want Russian gas, we don't want Russian oil, and banning it led to this situation accelerating. And like I've just read to you from the article, they've been arguing about this for many, many years now. But everything is being picked up at great speed right now in all corners of the world, right? And this is another manifestation of that, and you should keep your eye on it because it's very, very, very important.